What's up everybody, it's the Sports Code aka Aiden, and welcome back to another video. This is going to be why I believe the WWE cannot retain their viewers and cannot keep their viewership up from multiple types of audiences. Basically, this video is going to be what's wrong with the WWE and maybe there's possible ways to fix it. Now, before we get started, if you like the content throughout, anytime I post, please like and subscribe, turn the notifications on if you want to see all of my videos anytime I post, which is fairly regularly. So yeah, let's get started into the video. Now, we can talk about the WWE for hours, I honestly can, but I just want to say that right now WWE has been solid. It's been okay. After major pay-per-views, WWE tend to be that's the exciting time of the year for them. That's when everything goes right. So anytime after the Royal Rumble, after WrestleMania, Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, all of that, there's always going to be hype around Raw and SmackDowns afterwards. It happens to everyone, especially after WrestleMania and SummerSlam. There's always massive crowds from European countries, countries all around the world to come and see it, and it brings excitement. But they can never ever keep that excitement going. Now, I just want to say there are many reasons why this happens, and I firstly want to get started with I think the main issue, and it's the writers in the WWE, the creativity. I think some of the storylines in WWE now, it's just been boring and it's been unfulfilling to watch. And I think the perfect example is the Lana and Rusev and Bobby Lashley storyline. This reminds me of something that happened back in like 2002. Rusev cheated, then I'm pregnant, and all of this stuff that's happened throughout the months. And now Lashley and Lana are getting married. Yes, obviously it's a popular storyline because it's Rusev. Rusev's very popular. Bobby Lashley's a very well-known wrestling guy from many companies. And Lana, it's Lana, man. It's the ravishing Russian herself. It's gonna be some things that people watch, but don't tell me that that storyline is interesting and it's the hottest storyline in WWE. I've heard even Rusev say that comment it in himself, and it's not the case. It's not the hottest storyline in the WWE. It's far from it. If you look at the comments on their social medias, on WWE's social medias, you look at YouTube comments every time they upload those little highlights. No one's happy with the storyline. Absolutely nobody, and I think that's just one. There's so many storylines that are happening, and there's so many things that are being left out that should be the main focuses on the shows. Let me give you an example here. First, before we get to that example, I just want to say another storyline is the Baron Corbin Roman Reigns. They had a great match at the Royal Rumble. I really enjoyed that match, but why is Roman Reigns eating dog food? Why is Baron Corbin eating dog food? What is that? That's just child's play, man. And I know they have to dedicate to children, and maybe children do enjoy that. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe if I was a child, I would have found that hilarious. But it's you need to dedicate it to more than just them, because so many people find that a pointless thing to do. Like, it's no point to do that. I don't know. So recently Baron Corbin had to eat dog food and all of that, and yeah, it's payback. The bad guy gets what he deserves. But at the end of the day, storytelling like that, I don't think is going to get you anywhere. I think there needs to be more seriousness in their storylines. This is not something serious. This is like, let's play a joke on Baron Corbin. Let's go and give him what he deserves. There's no seriousness. There's no personal feuds, and that's why. Well, there is, but there's not enough, and that's why I'm really excited for this Drew McIntyre and Brock Lesnar feud. I want this to get personal. I want this to mean something. So when the match comes around and they absolutely tear each other apart, it's gonna mean something. That's what I'm looking forward to. There needs to be more of that. This WWE, when they write a story and they produce that story, most of the time, a lot of the time, it's really good storytelling. It's storytelling that we want to see. It's storytelling that can sometimes lead from years and years back. Look at The Fiend, for example. The Fiend is collecting, pretty much he's doing the Becky Lynch sort of thing. He's collecting his debts for all the people that have done him wrong. Daniel Bryan did him wrong. Finn Balor, Seth Rollins. Apparently Goldberg now has done something. I don't know what Goldberg did, but like he's done something wrong. And that really means, like, that's storytelling. That's something that you're not neglecting the past, and you're focusing on the past to make the message clearer that the Fiend is coming to avenge Bray Wyatt's undoings or wrongs, or people that have done him wrong. And that's storytelling that we need more of. We don't need a scandal. We don't need a relationship scandal. This isn't Total Divas. This isn't soap operas. We don't need that in WWE. We really don't. We need good wrestlers making stuff personal. And I know this Rusev stuff is personal. I understand that, but I want to tear each other apart. There have been good segments. The one where like Rusev sent Bobby Lashley pretty much to the hospital, that are being arrested and all of that. That's fine. That's common WWE. But I just don't think the scandal really does anything for them. So yeah, storytelling I don't think is good at all, and I think the wrestling is also lackluster, especially on free TV on Raw and SmackDown. I know you're not supposed to bring your A games to the free TV because you're missing out on so much when you buy pay-per-views, and to an extent it's true, but I think the Raws and the SmackDowns have been so underwhelming recently. Extremely underwhelming. It's to the point where I can't really watch an entire Raw because it's so long, but there's nothing going on. But like I said, recently they've picked it up. You only watch for so many things, and I just think that now it's getting better, of course, but after WrestleMania, you go to the first pay-per-view after WrestleMania, it's all of that's going to disappear again. We're going to go back to having low TV ratings. We're going to go back to having basically irrelevant Raws that no one's going to ever remember. And that's not what a TV show is supposed to do, is especially when it's an ongoing one, like a SmackDown and a Raw, is they're meant to make you excited to tune into the next week or to tune into the pay-per-view to finally see the conclusion of this rivalry. And there's not been enough of that recently. And it's something they did extremely well in the Ruthless Aggression era and in the Attitude era. Even look at the Invasion, right? I was watching videos on the Invasion a couple of days ago and how the Invasion wasn't good. If you think about it, when was the last time we had any storyline like that? Besides Survivor Series, we have nothing like that. We don't have any storylines that plot so many people against each other, and it really means something. It means something. The last I can remember was Survivor Series, funnily enough. The Authority versus Team John Cena, pretty much. Team WWE. That was, and maybe beyond that, Nexus versus Team John Cena and Team WWE. Those matches, we need more of those. I know they're meant to be exclusives, but we don't see them nearly enough. It doesn't mean anything. A lot of these matches, like, okay, who's going to win, Raw or SmackDown? All right, SmackDown won. In Survivor Series this year, NXT won. What does that do? You go back to NXT, you gloat for a week, and then everyone forgets. Like, that's... I know it's an ongoing business, but you can definitely not forget about moments like this. You need to capitalize on it so much more, and they are doing it, but they're not doing it enough. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, storylines, it's not good, and capitalizing on viewership isn't good either. They cannot keep viewers, and the wrestling is also bad, and this is why NXT does. If you talk to anybody that actually watches NXT, that watches Raw and SmackDown, I think majority of people will tell you that NXT is so much better because the matches are way, way better than they are on Raw and SmackDown. And the titles mean more. Everything means more on NXT. The NXT takeovers are usually better than the pay-per-views the next day. Usually they are. I think in all of the cases they probably have been. So why is that? I know NXT is part of WWE, but it's been run completely different to the way that Raw and SmackDown have been run. So why can't Raw and SmackDown do what NXT do? They have the best superstars in the world. I really believe that. The roster in WWE now has been better than ever. They have the best wrestlers in the world. They really do. Besides maybe the feud like the Kenny Omegas and the Young Bucks and all of that, they have the best roster. That Impact Wrestling doesn't come close. Ring of Honor, they're always good at making talent, but at the moment they don't have anything close. New Japan, they work together with the likes of AEW superstars and Ring of Honor, so they have up and coming talent as well, but no real star names besides, of course, the Ibushis and stuff like that. So WWE have acquired so much talent from all of these companies, yet they can't put them to use. Why? Why is everyone getting so boring when they come into the WWE? What is it? And I think the creative writing is the main reason. Those promos are so basic, and that's why Kevin Owens is always one of the best on the Raw or the pay-per-views or anything for so many years now, because he makes his promos mean something. A lot of these superstars have basic generic promos, and there's very few and far between that actually stand out and stand the test of time. And we need more of that as well. So I think the roster is fine. Leave the roster how it is, but we need more creative power. We need more personal rivalries. We need more rivalries that actually make it mean something to the fans, which are the most important things, the fans. And I know that they try. It's extremely, look, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be extremely tough to run a business like the WWE. That's a 24/7 job on its own. You cannot take a break. Everything moves forward. Injuries happen. There's always circumstances that prevent what they want to do and have to change it to something else that could be equally or a little bit less more exciting. But I think there just needs to be more. Now, I know Paul Heyman is still running SmackDown. Raw. Eric Bischoff got fired from SmackDown ages ago. I'm not sure who's running SmackDown, but I hope to see more personal rivalries. Going into Crown Jewel now, that's the next pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia. I'll make a video about that later as well, what I think about that. There's been some exciting matches that have been announced, and it's always when it's the Crown Jewels in Saudi Arabia, they have the money in order to bring all these top talents. So yeah, Goldberg is going to be exciting to see. We're probably going to see The Undertaker. We're probably going to see Brock Lesnar. We're going to see a lot of really good good matches, and I'm going to be excited to watch it. So hopefully they can just, all I'm asking for, at least for now, and hopefully for at least the rest of the year, let's just keep the momentum going. Let's make every pay-per-view the best it can be. Let's make the promos good. Let's make the actual feuds good. Let's switch it up a bit as well. I'm sure there's going to be another draft or locker room change up that's going to take people from Raw to SmackDown and SmackDown to Raw and NXT, some people to NXT, and it's going to be exciting. And I'm looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to hopefully a change up, new matchups. Maybe a fresh start is what it needs, but fresh startups is not permanent, and it will end up being the same as it always was. So yeah, this is just my 2 cents on the matter. I'm not sure if I'm right or wrong, just my opinion on why. Hopefully everyone can understand. If you feel like you have a different reason, or even if you want to add something, feel free in the comments below. I just want to thank you all for watching. The next WWE video will probably be either my opinion on why WWE are still performing in Saudi Arabia despite all of the political issues, or probably just a reaction to Crown Jewel if I don't want to get too political on you guys. Anyway, that's all I have to say. This is the Sports Code. Take care and peace.